Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Neki broadcast. Today we are playing Dota 2, and as usual we are trying to leverage absolutely every piece of information at our disposal to help our team win. Now I am playing offlane Axe, which is a very interesting hero, in my opinion, classic hero I would say, but it kind of is aggressive, but at the same time you do have to know your limits. So, for example here, we could go either counter Helix or battle hunger, right? So if we go battle hunger, we can cast it on the support, because usually the support does not want to get last hits, right? So it deals a lot of damage. Or we could go counter Helix, because we could just go in, mix with the creeps, really walk up to their support, and whenever the support attacks us, we basically deal free retaliation damage. So both are valid strategies, both are valid spells to be leveled up. Considering that we are going versus, I was perhaps expecting not Mirana here, I was expecting Dazzle bottom, right? But because Dazzle did not come, Mirana will be just staying away from creep wave and trying to land those arrows, right? So for this reason it's great to have this battle hunger, because if he stays away from lane, battle hunger will deal a lot of damage, right? So as soon as I get counter Helix, I will. Okay, where is Mirana? There she is. So as soon as I get battle hunger, I will be able to mix with these creeps and play a bit more actively. Let's get counter Helix. So I keep getting Mirana simply because she naturally wants to stay away from creeps and naturally wants to not get last hits. Oh no, that was just terrible play from my support. Nose of him to eat that arrow easily dodgeable. Counter Helix is, in my opinion, the way to go. Trying to prevent that pull there. Rest is for the dead. See, I do deal a lot of damage with my I don't really care that much if I'm the one eating up the arrow, so from this perspective perhaps I should go forward and eat up the arrow, because my teammate is not great at evading it, so helping out a bit there. And I'm getting quite a lot of denies, I dare say. And as I'm saying that, there come the misses. To battle. Into war's teeth. Prove yourself. I should get these kills here. Oh no. See, I managed to dodge it because I was paying attention. So for a second there I thought the tree is going to block me, but I still did my best to try and prevent the arrow from hitting me. Now since it has gone relatively well for me, I would go for Ring of Health first and then Boots. I feel that I do need Boots no matter what. So because I do want to play aggressively.
Show your worth. Axe charges.
Oh, 3 of them. Okay, I do need to get away from this guy, because if he keeps hitting me, he keeps resetting, right? Remember, from when we played Dazzle, as long as he keeps hitting me, he resets that cooldown. So don't want to have to deal with that.
Rest is for the dead.
Oh, come on. That is really getting annoying.
Into war.
Oh, no. Well, too many. But it's not terrible, simply because they did commit 4 heroes bottom. It means that our top is doing very well, hopefully. So we got Techies, which got a kill. We got Drow Ranger, who got an assist. So it's not doing too bad, if I'm completely honest with you. And they are all coming bottom, which is great for us. Who paused? Okay, Mirana is AFK. Anyway, so we only died once. We're level 4, which is not too bad. I mean, it's not too far behind when compared to Wind Ranger. Our items, I would say, are relatively decent for minute 5. We have 2 options. We either complete our phase boots, or we try to complete our vanguard. I personally prefer the vanguard, but we shall see how aggressive they. I mean, judging by how aggressive they were. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We already have level 6, so that is a problem. 4 heroes again. No, 4 heroes killing me. That's not too much of a waste, simply because we had 1 hero killing their tank. So Centaur Runner died to Drow Ranger. So it was a return kill, and all the experience went to Drow Ranger, whereas the experience I provided was split among 4 players. So their gains are less than our gains. Now, I do need to keep coming back here, simply because they pressure the tower, so there's a lot of creeps giving up experience here. But I do need to play a bit more defensively, and if the Silencer knew how to play, he would place a ward, right, to see basically what's coming at us. He's not placing any words, and it seems I would have to do that. Don't be shy. Words cost no gold, at least. So sentry words do cost 50 gold, but observer words, they do not cost anything. So just buy them, place them. You won't regret it. For example, I would say we need a word here, and we need a word deep into enemy territory, perhaps. Yeah.
Rest is for the dead.
Okay, so we can see.
Show your worth.
Okay, this guy is dead. If I've ever seen a dead Mirana.
Axe is a cutter bomb.
Okay, is he going to DP out? We're gonna wait for him here. Spirit Breaker is coming as well. I'm out. Oh, come on. No, he's not going to do anything, is he?
Fight if you can.
I mean, I was under tower. I am naturally tanky a bit. So even if I don't have my Vanguard yet. Okay, that is a dead. Is he dead? Well, we should probably get back. He has support. If I had Ghost Marchers, I could have probably been able to cast my battle hunger there.
Forward.
But if I had Vanguard, probably I would be able to tank a bit better. So, okay, now I have my Culling Blade.
Stronger.
This
Rest
should
is
make
for
me
the dead.
a feared opponent. Should be careful not to line up with a Silencer, otherwise we facilitate the stun from Wind Ranger.
Dire's courier has been killed.
To battle.
Now I'm getting close to Vanguard, and I would be keen on getting that Vanguard finished, and then straight up into Blink Dagger. Ghost Marches would be for later.
Axe go.
Considering how much I died this game, I feel that I need that
Your
Rest
top
is for
tower
the
is
dead.
under attack.
Prove yourself.
to be impactful.
Axe attacks.
Okay, somebody's coming here, we should probably get back. Puck should help us, but he's not interested.
Killing.
Oh, can't blame him.
My blade.
What is he doing there?
Your top tower is under attack.
He should TP out if he can.
Axe rider.
Had he helped us when we asked for help, he wouldn't be in this position.
Vanguard.
He would be in a much better position.
To the
But since he
enemy.
was late, he was basically trying to get runes, trying to fulfill his
Your
own
middle
minor
tower
skill
is under attack.
objectives. He should have just stayed mid and
The axe.
kept being
Dire's structures are fortified.
selfish. No problem. Sometimes you do
Radiant
need to be
structures
selfish.
are fortified.
Achieve your own objectives rather than prioritize team's objectives. But yeah, he should have continued to be selfish, but instead he was selfish, he prioritized his own objectives and then went in after we had already left, because we had already conceded the fight at that point. Now I'm not sure here what would be the best course of action. I have two choices: push
Your
this
middle
tower
has fallen.
or defend middle tower. In hindsight, perhaps defending middle tower would have been the better of these choices. But at the same time, I do have my Vanguard and I can tank these creep waves, so it's relatively easy to push the tower. Not sure if they are all coming for me at this point. Yes, they are.
Good day to
So
fight.
probably best. Okay, probably better. He's probably good too. Oh, never mind. At least we got one. Probably not the best idea to TP there, because this. Oh, I think I didn't even cast the TP. I think I got interrupted before I cast it. I probably could have used V, Tumbler's Toy, to push myself towards my team. That would have been probably a great idea. Or at least it would have prolonged my life a bit. Now, we did get the tower bottom, or it got denied, so that's a good objective fulfilled. I'm not sure here if I should finish Ghost Marches or wait for big Blink Dagger. I will go for Blink Dagger. I will try to sneak in here and try to pressure mid a bit, although mid is always a very tricky tower to pressure. Can't really do what I did before. Bottom, can't really cut the lane. It's really difficult to do.
To the enemy.
I can place this word though.
A slice of the action.
And I could try and bait here. I would see me run as ult because I have the sentry word forward, right? So I would be able to see me run as ult. Okay, there is a lot of pressure.
Run.
Top, I see it on the map, I see it on the mini-map. I don't look at it, but I see it, it's there.
Forward.
It's the reality, right? The pressure is there, so then I can cut off a bit more. Well, now I might be charged, so I have to be careful.
Enemies need killing. Axe is under attack.
But at least I
Axe go.
Okay, let's see if Tumbler's toy, yeah, it can push me over the ledge. So,
Good
okay,
day to
you see
fight.
now there's no point for him to continue his charge. So you see a very minor item, but used correctly,
The axe.
it can really make the difference between a failed charge
Rest is
or
for the
a
dead.
certain death. So it was the right choice to do, the right choice to take there. Now we are still not where we wanted to be, but looking at Centaur World Runner, he's in the same spot as we are, simply because a lot of enemies from top migrated to the bottom lane, right? They did this, wouldn't even call it a rotation because nobody went top instead, but they simply came bottom and they made sure we had a terrible time. So in return, their teammate, who was left alone top, had a dreadful time as well. Now we have to be careful here. You see, I basically kept my distance from the trees, right?
Your top tower
I made
is
sure
under
that I
attack.
stayed in the middle of the path, making sure that stun didn't connect with the tree. So the stun was basically insignificant in terms of duration, perhaps 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and therefore I was able to DP away and survive. So that was the only correct sequence. Try to diminish the effect of the stun and then TP away. Any other play there would have resulted in certain death. Now here I can come, I can basically envelop the enemy. There was no reason to see to ult there. Had I ulted, not a big deal because it's only 60. Let me see. So it's only 60 mana and my cooldowns would be reset. So I don't know what happened there. Oh, I'm getting jumped. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm going back because they might have charge support from Earthshaker, right?
Your bottom
So
tower
that's why I'm
is under
getting back.
attack.
But
Radiant
it seems that
structures are
support is not
fortified.
coming. So I will be getting
Your
Blink
bottom
Dagger.
tower is under attack.
And now I will be able to really make an impact in this game. It's minute 16. It's not that bad. Could be better, obviously. And it's really important that the team actually walks around the map with you and tries to support you with these kills. Otherwise, it's a bit difficult to achieve on your own.
Into war's teeth.
I do need to see somebody on the map though.
Your top tower is under
They
attack.
need to push, my team needs to push the lane. I can't just go in without vision. I would like to use the surprise element in the beginning and get not necessarily a kill, but you know, win a fight, get some sort of return. I worked hard for this Blink Dagger. I want to use that surprise. They don't, I mean, they should expect it based on the timing, but I just don't want to show it. I just want to give it away, to give away that information for absolutely nothing. Mirana would be a great choice here if he comes to word. Is he coming to word or not? Apparently not.
To battle.
Now you see, it's suggested that I go actually those
Axe brings the axe.
travel boots rather than go ghost marches, because the timing of the ghost marches has already passed. As you can see, the laning phase is over. I can't really just walk into the jungle and let's see here. I would say, well, mana regen or magic resistance. Considering that I have absolutely no magic resistance item, I would go for the magic resistance. They do have quite a lot of magic. So I'm keen on jumping somebody here, but there's only 3 of us. and if they somehow have their own team, their own setup, their own trap here in the making, then that would be an absolutely disastrous jump.
To the enemy.
No, I'm not going to stay. I'm not going to stick around. I should farm a bit.
A
Try
slice
to get
of the
a bit
action.
more mobility. I still feel that I'm quite slow, so I will be looking to finish these. What are they called? I keep forgetting. So
To battle.
travel boots, right? Now here, I'm curious if I use Culling Blade on a creep, whether I get the cooldown reset or not. Okay, there is somebody here, and finally I can get to use my. There it is.
Axe all must die.
So it doesn't. Of course, this is a counter. That's the reason I picked it, right? It's a counter to Dazzle, right? So even if he was protected from Shallow Grave, my ultimate went through Shallow Grave. So all I needed to do there is basically blink in and ult. So normally he would expect to be annoying, he would expect to survive, he would expect to get enough time to jump back. But with the axe, the one and only, yours truly, on the map, that kind of strategy is not always guaranteed to work. I mean, it can still work if I jump somebody else, right? And if my attention is basically drawn by another area of the fight. But normally, I mean, because this is why I picked axe, I would basically wait for that. So we have silence here. Oh, come on. Well, at least I got the kill in the end. I don't have here. I don't have cooldown there. Oh, it was okay in the end, I guess. Although it would have been much better if our carry survived, right? And how is? Well, it's good that we actually stopped Wind Ranger because he was getting out of control. And with this in mind, perhaps I should jump Wind Ranger more. Although Mirana has the potential to, it's also very elusive and has the potential to become extremely annoying. Yeah, it was not a great fight there. I jumped Mirana and Mirana alone. Probably I should have been a bit more patient. And I should have jumped Dazzle, because Dazzle did heal them and kept them alive. However, we were the one getting jumped. I wasn't the one jumping them, so it's always going to be a bit awkward. So let's go in here. Okay, he has Dagon, which is not that bad. I'll give him that. It's not that bad. I don't mind being KS, like some players like to label it, as long as the team gets the kill and their team suffers. I mean, it's a game of resources, right? So as long as we get some form of increase in resources for our team and a decrease in resources for their team, then I'm well happy with that. No point in basically crying over the distribution of these granular distribution of these resources. And so now nobody's farming these ancients, which makes me a bit surprised. I feel that well, to be fair, except our carry, I'm the only one capable of farming these ancients, so this is probably what I should be doing. So I guess I'm doing it, but I'm not desperate to do it. I'm just doing it because nobody else is. Now they are 5 bottom, and I can come and help, but we need more players here. I'm ready basically, but no, we need help. We need TPs. We can't do this 2 versus 5. I'm not going to jump in 2 versus 5. We need at
Rest
least
is for
4.
the dead.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Are they going to go for it? They do realize there's mines.
Axe run.
I feel that I could jump Mirana definitely, but I feel that there will be a much better target here. So I'm gonna try and help these techies. He seems to be doing fine by himself. But yeah, and this is my question answered. Once I get a successful culling blade, all my abilities are reset, including the culling blade. So let's see here. This. Maybe I could go from behind and. I don't have enough damage there. I don't have enough damage. Was an okay exchange. I'll give you that. Now, movement speed or counter helix damage. I feel that I mean, fights are not great, so and synchronization, team synchronization is not there. So even if I get a bit more movement, oh god, terrible! I should run towards these techies. Okay, they went for me, but they will die in return. So yeah, it's okay. They really wasted a lot of time, a lot of resources on me. I really don't mind dying simply because I'm the initiator. So I wanted to initiate there on Dazzle. Turned out to be not needed, right? Because Dazzle died to Techie's mines. But then they attacked me, 2 of them. So it's already me doing my job. So even if I did not manage to jump on top of them and taunt them, they did go for me, which is hey, happy days. This is what I wanted anyway. I wanted to draw your attention. I wanted you to attack me. So that is always great when it happens. Now in terms of items, say more strength, and the next item, let me see here. Counter helix now applies a stacking minus 20% attack damage. Increase counter helix chance by 10%. I'm well happy with that. I'm taking this counter helix, and the next item would definitely be blade mail. So you can get a bit of armor here. Where is the fight? Do I actually have? I could. Ah. No, they are invis. Actually can't. Was yeah, that was a poor decision from my side. I had no vision there. I should have gone back. I did not know where I was going to blink. Initially I had the idea, but by the time I got there my teammates died, the vision was gone, the enemies started spreading out, and they were also under the cover of Mirana's ultimate. So that was an absolutely terrible mistake from my side. Got a bit overexcited seeing how the fight was going on, but not all the fights are promising fights, right? Not all the fights have the prospect of producing a favorable result for your team. Some of the fights are doomed to fail, and you should basically stay away from them. You should cut your losses rather than keep adding to your losses, keep piling up. And that's what I did there. I misjudged the situation, and I basically contributed to the enemy's reward. Basically gave them a bigger, fatter reward. Now we do get a decent level of counter wording here. This is actually quite good. Perhaps gives you attack speed as well, so maybe our carry would want it. I want it because of the evasion and because of the movement speed. But if my carry is going to request it, then no problem. I'm going to take it. I'm going to basically drop it in the neutral stash. I am trying here to farm my blade mail, but at the same time I am watching the minimap, right? If there is a fight, I would rather TP in sooner than later. So already I'm getting, oh god. So you do need to, I did need to blink away. Now I did not know whether I had charge in me or not, so that's why I TP'd out as soon as possible, because if I did have Earthshaker charging me, that could have been absolutely terrible. What is this? Let me see here. Okay, I need Helm of Iron Will and Crimson Guard. Basically makes my Vanguard that much better. However, I'm not yet interested in making my Vanguard that much better. I'm interested in finishing up my Blade Mail for the time being. Where is our carry? Our carry is farming Ancients, therefore I should be farming the jungle. I shouldn't be going back to the Ancients. And again, I'm watching the minimap. I could be walking around trying to make plays, but I can't really do that without the team behind me. Okay. Come on, use the, oh my god. Why wouldn't you use that? You could have used the mines. Use the mines. Okay, that was a clutch blink dagger. Just, I'm not sure why Techies didn't use the mines. He wanted 2 kills there. I feel that 1 kill is alright. Okay, let me see here. Who is he going for? He's going for me, apparently. And my team is doing absolutely nothing to save me. It's just ridiculous there. See, Pak was watching all this time, doing nothing. He could have used his Dagon, then I would have been perhaps able to use my ultimate. I don't understand. Pak watching all the time. So this is the reason why I need this is the reason why I do want to finish my Blade Mail, because as you can see, team is not helping. At least this Puck is not helping. He's very selfish with his build. It's a level 5 Dagon as well. It's a huge investment for a, I would say, not so significant increase in damage. Sure, the damage is significant when you compare it with 0, because initially he did not have any extra damage. But at the same time, when you compare it with the investment, it's just not, it's not worth it. And you see, all these mines now are going to die. He could have used them earlier to get a guaranteed kill. Instead, he waited and waited and waited. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to jump in now. I'm not going to jump in. I need more support from my team. I'm not just going to jump in and die together with him. I'm going to get my Blade Mail. This would make my jump a bit more impactful. And I'm still looking here, see what happens. Okay. Maybe he's... was a relatively swift play, good reflexes from Puck, but it's not the play that's going to win us the game. Right? You can do this over and over again, but it's not going to win us the game. I could jump this Mirana, but I would be more keen on jumping Dazzle, if I'm completely honest. Okay, you see, that's the problem when he uses... that's the problem when he jumps in and uses his Dagon. Yeah, sure, he gets the kill, no problem, but then he also gets close to me, causes that stun. If he wasn't there with, you know, to get the kill with Dagon, that awkward positioning wouldn't have happened. So that's why I don't really agree with this Dagon build. It's not a middle build. It's just frustrating to see. I mean, you see, he can't really drop an enemy, and all he does is basically look to use his Dagon to get the last hit. And he's not really that much impactful. He doesn't have an extra survivability item. Even a 4 staff at this moment would have been much better than what he has. It's basically a 4v5 game with the Dagon, a very annoying Dagon. I don't even know here.
To the enemy.
It's 2 versus a million.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
My edge.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen.
Let's do that again.
Axe run.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Forward.
I'm not keen on jumping this guy. I just get jumped by this Wind Ranger, and then there's nothing that I can do. And that tree here is an absolute... It's absolutely ridiculous, that tree over there. I was in the center of the map. You wouldn't expect statistically to get stunned like that, but there was a rogue tree there, which basically sealed my fate. So that's why you don't go Dagon on Puck. He should be a much more impactful hero. But we can still turn this around with a good jump, I guess. Also, Techie's an awkward hero to play with and against. Anyway, all we can do here is
Enemies need killing.
try and jump.
Into war's teeth.
See, it's just... See, I dropped him, but there's no follow-up because team is in the background dying. We don't have... Again, we don't... This Dagon is not doing a lot versus those tanks. Sure, it's getting a kill here and there, but it's not really doing a lot. We also didn't get the Wind Ranger, although he was really low after attacking me. I'm really not sure what else I could do. I jump in and I basically die to this Wind Ranger every time. I could try and jump Wind Ranger myself. I could basically try to take my time before jumping. Obviously something needs to change. Not only in team's play but also in my play. So perhaps in this case I should just jump Wind Ranger because I keep dying to Wind Ranger. You know, I jump in, they have 2 initiators and team is busy with those initiators, so I end up and dying. Perhaps I should play as a counter initiator to their initiator. So if I'm to do things differently, I should play as a counter initiator to their initiators, or I should try to jump Wind Ranger because Wind Ranger has been killing me quite a lot.
Rest is for the dead.
So okay, I should, I don't know. Okay, I'll try to jump Wind Ranger, but team is not in position. You know, team is not there. They don't stun, they don't silence. I don't know what they were doing all this time. it's just I died there with Wind Ranger stuns. This guy didn't even use Dagon, so I don't understand why he got Dagon if he's not going to use it on Wind Ranger, a dying Wind Ranger. What's the point? So yeah, it's always, again, it's always difficult when you pick Axe because you need somebody to jump in with you. In my case, this Puck. Also, you need, sometimes you initiate, but your team is behind, so the fact that you initiated doesn't mean anything. So then in that place you get an awkward choice where you have to counter-initiate or be really careful who you jump. When your team is behind as Axe, it's really terrible, and they did focus on me having a bad game bottom, right? Try and jump this guy again. But look, it's not, where is the dragon? It's not there, is it?
Radiant victory.
We need like synchronized. We need to synchronize quite a lot. It's not a solo hero Axe. Anyway, lots of awkward plays there, simply because we played from behind all game, and afterwards we did not really have a cohesive strategy of looking for kills with Axe, and I ended up jumping targets like Mirana, and it didn't pay off. It turns out that this Wind Ranger killed me every single time, and we did not have a coherent solution for this Wind Ranger. I think Puck should have helped me jump Wind Ranger. I can't be the one jumping alone, and there's always never the possibility to jump the exact target that you are hoping for. Anyways, I hope you, ladies and gentlemen, liked it.